99.7 FM. It's 7 p.m., so that means that we're about to talk technology on Joy Geek Squad. In today's day and age, with the advancement of technology and easy access to data and portable devices, everyone can be found browsing the internet. For even the smallest things like spelling, knowing how to spell a word, understanding the use of maybe your paracetamol, or basically even searching for a picture of a cat to put in your WhatsApp group. And, every little thing that we do on the internet, it follows us. And it's due to this easy access and convenience that people often skip reading the privacy policy and the terms and conditions of websites or the apps that they're using. Now, we've always spoken about data privacy, data protection, security, information security, and everything. But there's a selection of people that actually believe that privacy is a myth. They're saying that, hey, listen, no matter what you do, if these people want to know anything about you, they will know it. So why even bother in the first place? Some also say, hey, I don't have anything to hide. So why should I even bother protecting myself? And some research also proves that this data is anonymized, so nobody even knows it's me. And some also believe that if the data, whatever they use it for, it's to my benefit, because at the end of the day, I see ads that are relevant to me. Imagine that I don't want to see, ads about bleaching and all that. I don't bleach, so why would I want to see ad bleaching? But they're showing me ads that concern me. Maybe I'm a techie, so I like laptops and phones, and they're showing me laptops and phone adverts. That's what I want to see, and if that's what they're using my data for, then fine. So such people don't believe in data privacy, and so we want to ask you, and we want to discuss, is data privacy a myth? Is it something we should be concerned about, or should we just brush it off and be like, after all, what? And to have this conversation with me, I have here Winston. What up, Winston?
I'm good.
And I have with me Desmond Israel. He's a lawyer and a privacy practitioner.
Makes it look too formal.
Oh, okay, so you're a geek. You're a geek who knows a lot about the legal side of stuff and the practical side of stuff.
That makes it awesome.
So a legal geek.
Why are you saying we are illegal geeks?
Mind you, I was a techie before I went into law.
Yeah, I know. I think, I he's an old friend. It's surprising how I didn't even recognize that was him. Yeah.
Really?
Please, that's a different conversation. And you've already heard of Voice of Sunshine. Tech translator translating. Isn't that what Yahoo called you? Yahoo says you're a translator. So you translate from tech to layman's terms.
I have absolutely no comments, but sure, I'll take the job. As long as you're paying, I'll take the job.
Are we now?
Hey.
Oh yeah, Winston's paying. Hi, Winston. So, you guys heard the preamble to the conversation.
Yeah.
Some people say, yo, what's privacy? I don't have anything to hide. I mean, I don't watch adult movies online, so nobody's going to use that against me. I don't shop online. I like the ads that are being shown to me because, hey, it's adverts and it's tailored to me. I like to see RGB keyboards and mouses. I like to see BMWs and it's tailored to me, so I like that. Would you browse the internet where ads were not tailored to you? Imagine where you open your laptop to do a presentation to someone and then an advert for something enlargement pops up on your screen. How embarrassing. You didn't ask for that.
This whole data privacy being a myth thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting for me because at the end of the day, the question you need to ask yourself is that the price, are we paying a price for something, for comfort? Is it the price we are going to pay for comfort? If it is, and we are accepting of this price, then data is, privacy is a myth. Because you are getting what you want, so you don't really care. But if for some of us, or for some people who are very, very worried about these little things, about what they are looking at, where they are searching, so it exists for some people and doesn't exist for others. It depends on where you stand. Are you comfortable with the comfort that your data being given to a third party or to a company is providing you, or you really don't want any of these ads of multicolored keyboards and stuff like that? So it's up to you as a person, I guess.
Right. So But then again, we need to get to the root of the matter. Is it if some people? I mean, some people may think it is, some think it's not. But what is it actually? Is it a myth or not? So Desmond.
Okay. I think I've come across this question a number of times in some conferences and side discussions. The first thing that comes to mind is, would you tell me how much you have in your bank account now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me, I don't mind telling you.
All right. So that goes back to Winston's point. What exactly is it that you want to keep?
Right.
Because in Ghana, and just permit me to walk into the law a bit, privacy here is a matter of human rights. That's how we see it. In other jurisdictions, I mean in other countries, it's more of consumer protection or what the industry says. Like in the US, it's consumer protection. In Europe, it's human rights. So if your rights are enshrined in the Constitution, for instance, so you have the right to life, you have the right to privacy, you have the right to own property and all that. When you come to our context, then privacy being a right would not be a myth. It can't. I would have to demand that right that I have acquired as being a human being and being a citizen of Ghana. So yes, it's in context, but the bigger picture is what exactly are you trying to protect? Because without privacy, truly, then there's no life. There are actually parts of our life that we don't want out there.
True.
Whether it's manually, whether it's digitally, you don't want it out there. So yes, you put the conversation in perspective, you put it in context, but you might want to be careful when you are saying that is it a myth? Because the last I checked, Mark, owner of Facebook, couldn't tell Congress which hotel he slept in last night before coming to Congress to answer them. So even with him, who set up the platform that we are enjoying, geotagging ourselves, he couldn't tell Congress. He was not ready to tell Congress in open that he slept in hotel A, B, or C before coming.
In that case, I think we've already just hit the conversation in that side in the bud.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then again, so for someone who thinks that, hey, I can tell you which hotel I slept in. I don't mind you sharing my medical records. I don't mind sharing my bank statement. I don't mind telling you my age, everything. And I watched a TEDx talk where the speaker actually started a whole conversation by breaking down everything about her. She went for holidays, 5 times that year, blah, blah, blah. Told everything about herself before she started the conversation. That, something like that means that, hey, I put myself out there. What again are you going to show? You see, so that's where those people who stand on the side and say, I think it's a myth, because no matter what I do, it would still, if someone wants to bring it out there, they would bring it out there, right?
Well, is it? I don't know. How do I put this? Like you said earlier, you were talking about the fact that constitutionally we have the right to privacy.
Yeah.
Now you are okay with putting yourself out there.
Theoretically.
Yeah. I am not. So generally, we should be given the option, a visible option, as to whether you want to put yourself out there or not. Back then, before the whole Cambridge Analytica thing, we didn't really get that option. It was hidden in the settings.
Is it now
somewhere
even visible?
It is not that visible. It's still not. I remember recently, YouTube sent me an email about the fact that they have upgraded their whole privacy policy and everything. Yeah. And I was reading it. I was like, how many people are going to read this
and understand?
That is the next bit. But at the end of the day, the main thing that the GDPR, which is like the regulatory body for Europe, and which Ghana kind of uses their laws and everything for our side, they are saying that it must be visible. Everybody must have a choice. You are supposed to be allowed to contact Google and tell Google that, okay, all the things you have on me, give it to me and delete it from your service. I don't want anything to do with you guys again. And they must do it. So the thing is, whether it's a myth or otherwise, the products that are responsible for us wondering whether we should be concerned about this or not have to make it very clear what is going on. That, okay, you are coming onto this app. Now, let's say for Uber, to use Uber, your location has to be on. It's a thing. You see it. But do you understand what it means that your location is on at all times? Right now, I think with the Android 10, you get to use it only uses the location, the duration the app is open.
Yeah.
So if the app is open right now, it will use your location. When you close the app, your location goes off.
Right.
And they are trying, but the point is that it has to be visible. We need to see that we are getting to choose. Are we really getting to choose? I can't really say.
I don't think we have a choice because they'll tell you, do you agree to these terms and conditions? And then you don't agree, and then you can't use the service. So then you don't really have a choice. If you really want to use their services, you have to agree. Whether you're willing to read everything about it or not, you have to agree in order to use their services. So I feel like a lot of people don't even give you the choice. Like, what's the point in putting the box there for me to take if I have a disagreement or like I have something I'm not okay with, then we can't work together. Like, it's pointless. And I feel like they should have the option where you're like, okay, this and this and this is what I'm not okay with, and then they review that with you so you're fine, and then you can use their services. But there's nothing like that. So me like this, agree. I'm not a robot. Agree, and then we move because it's time. Yeah, it's also a waste of time.
Okay, so now on that topic of understanding, we go into privacy policies and terms and conditions. Now, prior to this, I was telling you about how I read somewhere that it took 7 lawyers 7 days to read a 37-page terms and conditions from Apple iTunes.
Not even iOS, just
iTunes.
Wow.
To download an app. Creating an account. So the terms and conditions of creating an Apple ID to create an account, you have to go through 37 pages. And these lawyers read this, and they didn't understand what they were reading at the end of the day. So how do you expect a layman to go through all these pages and in the end go like, hey, so I think that subsection 2 of paragraph 1
I feel like we have a lawyer here.
Well, with me, as I'm looking at him, doesn't sit well with me, and I think that you guys should not take this data of mine. What's the term that people use? Requisites to my personal information, something. Obviously, we don't know the legal terms. So when we read stuff like that, we're just like, scroll, accept.
Bro,
agree.
Like, you know the interesting thing? There are only very few software that you have to actually scroll
to the
before
bottom
you get
to
the
agree.
There are several where the agree they chalk you for it. So just hit it.
Let's go. We know you don't want to read.
Sometimes the agree is there, but I'll scroll through without actually reading just to make myself feel better.
If you'd followed software development, you would notice that at a point you don't even need to scroll down before the agree button is enabled. Now, that is to tell you that privacy has traveled. Okay? There's been lawsuits against Google, like there's Microsoft or the big firms, trying to get the privacy message. So privacy really, as we see it now, especially in the digital life, didn't spring up. It's a process. Today, you will need to scroll through the whole terms and conditions before the agree button even gets enabled. The essence is to make sure that the user has actually
made an attempt
and share some accountability.
Yes, but then again, terms and conditions, when they are developed for companies, let me be honest, they are a bit of you're creating a protection, a buffer for the company,
for the users,
for the use of a solution. But like you said, GDPR is actually a regulation, not a body. Actually, I wanted to correct that. Right. So the body would be the
EU,
the EU Commission that would be in charge of that. So with GDPR, and then again, we had there are key sections of our laws that were there before GDPR was passed. Albeit both of them are 99 sections. Yes. But the point,
not like we understand what you
what I kind of do
when you open our laws, okay, you are like going to see 99 different sections.
Right.
When you open GDPR, you are going to see 99 different sections. In GDPR, they call them articles.
Yeah.
In our law, we call them sections. So section 1 says this. Article 1.
Sections and articles are in the same thing.
It depends
section
on where
one,
you're
Article 2, Article 2, Section 1.
You know this actually,
don't go there.
This brings to mind there was this thing I saw on Twitter where someone was saying that, in Ghana, a test and an exam are two very different things.
Yes. Exam is ultimate.
But in the US, exam is equivalent to test in the UK.
Yeah, so in the UK, every test is a test.
So basically, like trunk and boot.
Right.
Same thing,
So it's just
different words.
So the
In
section
Ghana,
is our
no. So,
So section is our thing and article is BS.
Yes,
Section A.
in the GDPR.
Section B.
Yeah. So the point I'm making is now the GDPR comes in and says, hey, you need to make some of these things visible. You need to ensure that people who are going to use your system can actually, they can relate to what you're going to do with the data that you pick up. But there's also this issue that, even from the conversation, keeps coming up. You're looking at data trade-offs, data as a currency, and then you're mixing up with surveillance, state security. Okay, you need to differentiate the issues. Privacy is privacy as you see it, and it's not a myth. Especially when it's given to me as a fundamental human right. The fact that you can take it away doesn't make it a myth.
Right.
Okay. Now, surveillance is to the extent where government wants to know what people are doing, like the Big Brother situation out there. And we've had our fair share where we want to pass the spy bill and all that. But look, even without the spy bill, we still have laws today that allows like security agencies go for a warrant and spy on you.
Yeah.
I mean, quote unquote.
Now that is where we wanted to go into the conversation vis-a-vis Apple giving FBI the rights to now go into people's iCloud backups and then check for, just to make it sound more simpler. But this all began when there was a bombing in America. And for listeners that don't know, Apple, one of the suspects' phones was retrieved, and Apple was asked to unlock the phone for the sake of the FBI's investigation, and Apple denied. Basically, they said we won't do it. So lucky for the FBI, there was a vulnerability that allowed them to backdoor into it and then get the information. Now, Donald Trump.
Oh, that message was so clear.
Donald Trump, in a tweet, said they've helped Apple in many ways, including trade and other things. And when it comes to them helping America be great again, they refuse.
How have you helped Apple again?
No, they have. I mean,
cutting down.
But is that something you should be telling all of us?
Oh, this is Donald Trump.
No. It is something he
Donald
should be telling us, because at the end of the day, your business infrastructure has survived because of the system that is in place, and now the system needs your help.
And you say you're not going to give it.
And you say no.
I mean, we cut our way off because of you. Sorry. And then you say you're not going to help?
Yeah.
Really? Anyway, so then Apple decides to play ball with FBI, springing up a whole lot of concerns. People saying that, hey, my privacy. So do criminals also have privacy? Or suspected criminals, do they have privacy?
Yeah, so what is the extent to which privacy is no longer applicable even under the law?
Yeah.
Right. So as soon as we have issues with national security, public interest, your privacy is going to give way. So for instance, if crime is going to be committed, and we have reasonable grounds to believe that crime will be committed and it's going to be perpetrated through you, we want to investigate into it, your privacy will give way to issues of national security. So you have terrorism, that's why, in fact, if you check, that was the real basis for the spy bill, which never saw the light of day. That we suspect that we're gonna have some terrorists in town. We need to get our facts going. We need to get call records. We need to start analyzing. Civil society says no. You need to establish that it is happening, and then you can use the current law to do it. So it's a balance of trying to control what the state wants to survey, or yes, of course, what they want to survey, and then your right to privacy. Because as soon as you make it blanket, then it's that issue of privacy is going to go away, and that is the main reason why you have these conversations. Now, remember the Snowden effect.
Yeah,
he left, told us what was happening, and that is how come this thing ballooned up. That's how come privacy even took a hike. That's when the conversation got out there that so there was a prison program where all these big firms were being paid. They were on state funds to keep data, provide data when it's necessary, tap into phones and all that. And the argument was, to what extent? Why don't we have targeted surveillance? We all agree that our security is also important. So if somebody threatens our security, his privacy must give way so we can be protected. But if you must survey everybody under the pretext that you're looking for would be, then it's a problem. So that is where privacy practitioners are like, no, you can't mass survey everybody. You get it?
Yeah.
Privacy, it's everybody's right. Let me enjoy that right. When it becomes necessary for you to take it away, you can, for the interest of others in society. But don't set out to want to take that right away under the pretext that you are looking for a would-be. You see where the problem is?
Yeah.
A would-be danger.
A preemptive.
A preemptive. So you look... Now you are the lawyer. No, you know, so you want to be preemptive about it, and everybody says, no, that's not cool. You can't be preemptive about it.
All right. So if you're listening to the show is Joy Geek Squad, and we're talking about data privacy. Is it a myth? And we have the lawyer and the geek all in one who's breaking it down for us. If you want to join the conversation, send a WhatsApp or a Telegram message to 0244340437. It's an open debate. If you feel otherwise, you feel that, hey, privacy is a myth, me, I like giving my data out, sure, tell us. If you feel that, hey, I want to keep my data private, I don't want anyone to know it until such a time where I'm deemed as a suspect of a crime or national security concern, then my data can be taken away from. Or if you feel that you're a ghost, you live in Fanchineko under a stone and nobody can get your data. Also, send us a message, however you do that. If it's through smoke signals, don't worry, we have Selwyn here to catch that. So, yeah, I've got some messages here. Hi and good evening, guys. What is the risk of watching adult videos via internet with regard to one's data online? I'm asking for a friend. I believe you're asking for a friend. We'll answer that shortly. And then, hello, guys. With the advancement of big data and its implications on training of models based on large data sets for machine learning models, I have come to believe that privacy is a myth. The GDPR is not a solution to privacy. Thank you. That's Dawood from Helsinki, Finland. So, yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. So,
let's do it first.
Adult videos. He says, what is the risk of watching adult videos by internet?
So, my position about adult videos is more of people's preference. Yes, people's preference.
Yeah.
Now, if it's something that you love and you want to shy away from it,
you have to own it, huh?
Exactly. That's my point.
Embrace it.
Yes, you have to.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to put that hope in the service provider of that content. We knew what happened to Ashley Madison. It's a fun side.
Yeah.
When it was hacked, and that was yes, and when it was hacked, and it was no fault of these guys. A hacker just found a smart way of getting around them, hacked them, took all the data onto the black market. What happened? We have clergymen, we have senators, we have yes, and we had state representatives, and people were losing marriages. The effect about that data coming out, so you could see that yes, that's a side of the person he wouldn't want to own up to.
Yeah.
And so we are looking at, I want to drive into the big data issue. Now we're looking at a scenario where we are saying that, big data analytics and all the tools, we can dig up anything about you, so privacy is a myth. No. It is the ability of technology to make us do things faster and make it do it in the grand way. Yeah. It doesn't make privacy. Look, the fact that we have series of maybe armed robbery in a particular location will not warrant us to say that, well, security is a myth. The police is crap, for lack of a better word of expression. So armed robbery should continue. No, you can't make that logical deduction.
Right.
Big data analytics, it gives you the opportunity to do the job, get the thing done. And we've seen it. We saw it from Cambridge Analytica. Look, I did a post 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. You
know what happened? I was there. A friend sent me a screenshot. Just a screenshot. If you go on my Facebook wall, I'm sure you check through it, you see it there. A screenshot of DKB. And purportedly, they were mocking DKB. But unfortunately, when the screenshot was sent, it came with a desktop of the one who took the picture. I analyzed it. I analyzed the desktop. It's actually on my Facebook wall, like as I speak to you now, and I was telling people how dangerous it is to just take a screenshot. Because I got from his name. Once I got his name, I got his phone number, which was not on the screen. I could tell from the screen what he liked. He was into football betting, the kind of bank account that the kind of bank that he has, the kind of applications that he runs. Now I know he has a Gmail account, he has a Yahoo account because I saw the app there. Then I went and dig in and actually found his name in a Yahoo database. I found his name in a Gmail database. And so, and all the details were there just because I got a screenshot. The point I wanted to make with it was that is how far your privacy goes. Like that's how it flies with the wind.
Yeah. I feel like people would argue that what you did is like the person can technically say, that was an invasion of my privacy. Yeah, but you posted a screenshot. You gave people access to your this data. Information. Yeah. Like you literally put out links to your information that is already public. All they have to do is find one thing you've posted, link it to this, and they have all this information about you.
I think
so. Is privacy really like somebody else's responsibility other than ours?
I think it's a collective responsibility.
It's like more of yours.
Yes. If you don't put those things out there, there's no opportunity for somebody else to access them.
Yeah.
The thing, I think it was CNN or one of these news agencies that did. They went to I've forgotten what her job is, but basically she is able to. Basically, what he did is what she does for a living, and so the reporter just told her his name or something, and she dug up like it was pages of information on him just from a little, like a very brief, and then she went as far as being able to book a hotel, use all his points that he gathered to book a hotel for herself under the guise that it was him. It was, and all this because of I think a social media post that he used. So when we talk about privacy, like with the big data, I don't think privacy is a myth because big data is what shows us that privacy is not a myth because big data is what is driving technology right now.
Exactly.
So if they are not getting this information from you, then what's going on? If it's a myth, then they shouldn't be able to get anything from you, and they shouldn't be able to make the advancements that.
I think the points where they mean it's a myth is that there's really no privacy.
There's really no point
to being private. That's what the whole idea.
Then why open an incognito tab?
That's for you that knows how to do that. How many people even know what is incognito tab?
I mean, how many people even know what it does and doesn't hide?
So the argument, I guess, is more of should we accept that we need to consider our privacy? Because it seems like these people who are saying privacy is a myth, like they've already thrown it out there. They're like, if these people are already taking my data, keep taking it, and let's move on.
But that's why I'm saying I think it's not an approach. It's not an ideal approach to take because if you apply that philosophy to everything else, it's like, oh, I didn't pass, so I failed already. It's more like giving up on the situation. And like I started off by saying, there's definitely something about an individual they don't want out there.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what technology is there for us to dig it up. I was just going to ask you guys, anybody uses Bolt?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay. So I have this app on my phone called Exodus Privacy. I use it to check the permissions that an app takes from me. Bolt takes 19 permissions. Bolt takes 19 permissions from you. 19.
Why? What's it asking me for?
Exactly, and you are the host, so maybe you can have a look at that. And it's not only Bolt. I use Bolt because it's popular.
Yeah.
But you can see all the apps that I have on my phone. It tells me how much permission they take from my phone.
So, Bo's asking for internet, have full network access,
flip through,
read G services. That's
access.
Your read Google service configuration, get tasks, retrieve running apps, get accounts. So to find all the accounts on the device, access location, access find location, access Wi-Fi states, access network states, read phone states, call phone. Camera to take pictures and videos.
You don't take pictures and videos in
disable your screen lock.
Hey.
So now
control vibration.
Wow. Are you?
Wait, that's a very practical one we've got now.
Yeah. Now, why shouldn't both be regulated as to what they can collect
and what they can't collect?
Exactly, which is why the law says that, listen, you can collect and work with it, but let the person know what you are collecting.
Exactly.
That is why the principle of minimality is there. And collect only that you need. Don't collect for later.
Yeah.
Which is essentially what they're all doing.
The conversation that is constantly being had.
It's sort of creepy.
Yeah,
and
especially
that's not
there was one there with a red exclamation mark that I just saw, and it's very troubling. I'm so glad I don't have both. I think Spiky, you should have a look at it. And
what I do with my app?
But I mean, the thing is
now let's go at it. Google Drive. How many permissions first?
36 permissions.
Google Drive.
What do you need 36 permissions for?
Google Drive.
And we are not picking on any
Prevent phones
guys,
from sleeping.
You preventing?
Well, I understand that. Maybe you're uploading something.
Okay, so that one makes sense.
On any application.
Yeah, we're not picking.
Just bringing the reality to the conversation. It happens all around us.
Yeah.
From screenshots to the click to the information you downloaded to the app you installed. I mean, it's all around you. So what do you do?
Now, you see, I was also reading a paper that someone wrote about privacy and all these apps that are providing services to people without actually having these resources. So like an Uber and a Bolt who don't have cars, but they're connecting you, the passenger, to a driver. Like an Airbnb that's connecting you to a house owner.
They call it gig economy.
Yes, and his solution to all this is disintermediation, basically removing the middleman, because the middleman is the one who's making money from these people by taking this data that he in turn sells to data brokers who will use that to sell to advertisers, because that's how right now they're making all this money. So without an Uber or a Bolt, create a direct connection between this person and then the driver.
It will still require a platform.
That's the thing. How do you disintermediate this?
Yes, how do you create a very neutral platform? Like,
and what's in it for that person who creates this platform?
Philanthropy.
No, absolutely no.
So
no way.
That is one way of looking at things, and it seems to me like it's a utopic idea, because it doesn't seem practical.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's possible to get everybody to be on a peer-to-peer network.
No, torrents work.
In a sense that
I don't even want to talk about torrents.
Yeah, bro. You know, it's fine.
So, Spiky, funny enough, if you disagree with any of the policies, that means you don't get to use the service instead of just toggling it off or on. Please add your name next time you send a message.
That is trade off. That is you using data as currency.
Yeah.
Guys, you are saying
blackmail. If you don't give me your data, then you can't use my services.
Why? But you are using my services for free.
Yeah, so that's the price you pay.
Exactly.
But the question would be, right now that we've seen the 32
36 permissions,
36 and all of that, the question is that, let's say there was a time where I there was this game. There was this game that was on the phone I was using, and then I checked the permissions on the game, and the game wants to use my camera.
Yeah, maybe he wants to show your face while you are losing.
Like, there were certain permissions that the game asked for that honestly did not make any sense to me per what the game or per what the app is supposed to do. That's why
setting a profile picture on the game, you take a picture.
So it should be a one-time thing.
Yes. So, but maybe you want to change your picture every time.
Permission.
It shouldn't be something that should stop me from being able to use the game, because if you tell me that, oh, put up a profile picture, I put it up and it's up until I ask to put up a new one. You shouldn't have any connection to my camera.
And keep in mind that most of the time these games are played by your children.
Yeah.
And they are holding the device half of the time, and they basically say yes to everything. Because they want to play the game.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know, man. All I can say is that privacy is really not a myth, because if it was a myth, if it really didn't matter, then we wouldn't be having hacks. We wouldn't be having all these advertisements, because if it really doesn't matter, they know you. They don't need to even test you. Like, you just get the text message, oh, at 2 p.m. you normally buy a Hausa cocoa.
It will get there.
It is likely to get there.
It will probably get there.
Do not curb
You remember we had this conversation before where I registered for a service.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
that was a fun time.
Yeah.
That was a fun 5 minutes.
So, Spiky, I've been made to believe that Apple privacy is secured, that anybody using an iPhone is safe. How true is this? As from my guy, Paul Apusa.
It's a bit true. It's quite true because Apple practices privacy by design, which is where they on device encryption before anything moves. But for Android, sometimes all the information goes to another place to get encrypted before. So in between that journey, something could go down.
I think it's just about the architecture.
Yes.
First of all, let's give solace to our listeners that look, you invest in an Apple device, it comes with its security features. Okay, you invest in an Android device, it comes with the security features. Albeit you have to do additional work, maybe put on 1 or 2 additional apps, take off a few permissions here and there. But privacy is all about you. If you buy an Apple phone and you decide not to practice the best of security, your information is going to get out there. Mind you, whatever you do on your email, for instance, it's not Apple's business, right? Yeah. Exactly. So that's the point I'm making. So as a device, you get the level of security they want to give you. And that's what you paid for. Believe in it. Okay? But the issues may go beyond the device. The privacy issues may go beyond the device, and that's where you need to put your foot down. This issue of backdoors and getting in there, it's not the everyday thing.
Yes.
It's not the everyday thing. It's not.
And another very interesting thing I just remembered. Apparently, I think it's somewhere in the terms and conditions for, I think, Twitter DMs and possibly other DMs. A law court can actually serve Twitter a subpoena to read your DMs.
Right.
You can serve your VPN provider to provide the information that you've been yes, everything you've been doing through your VPN. That's where it goes. I just want us to, we have to establish the fact that if the state wants the information, they will get it.
Yes.
But that doesn't make privacy a myth.
Right. Okay, so if you're listening and want to join in the conversation, the numbers to call are 0302 216 541 or 0244 340437. I repeat, 0302 216 541 or 0244 340437. So call us and tell us about your concerns about data privacy. Myth or no myth? Yeah, so now I was telling you guys a story about this guy who travels the world, and his business takes him lots of countries. And he noticed on his phone that anytime he's about to look for a hotel, he gets recommendations from the Hilton Hotel, and he's like, how does this seem to always know me? So he finds out that so his location history was being recorded, and some way somehow he started to read into it. Now this guy's been traveling the world, so he gets concerned that while I'm away, what's my wife been doing? And his wife's privacy goes out of the window, and he checks her call records and sees that at 2 a.m. his wife has been making some phone calls. And this is him outside of the country. So when he gets back, he takes his wife's smartwatch, looks at the heart, the tracking, the location tracking from the smartwatch, and then finds out that at that 2 a.m. she's been out of the house, and at a certain point in time, her heart rate spikes to about 135 beats per minute.
CrossFit.
So we've got a call on the line. I'll continue. Hello.
Yeah, Sagi. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well.
I'm very well.
Yeah, this is Ajima Joseph from Commissioner Tema.
Yes, sir. Mr. Ajima, what's up?
Yeah, I'm enjoying your discussion.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm enjoying your discussion, but I want to go for a general question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you have a phone that you are using and the app keeps on stopping, Google is not responding, WhatsApp is not responding, what's the problem? And how do you do? Secondly, are you clear with the question?
Yeah, I'm listening.
And secondly, I want it to be a personal question to you. If somebody wants to give you a mobile phone and choose between Nokia and Huawei smartphone, which one will you go for and why?
Between Nokia and Huawei.
Nokia and Huawei, yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, it's a radio show. I can't choose brands on air. They're all very great phones, and I mean, trust me, they're all running Android, so you're getting best of both. All you need to do is just compare the specs of each one. I'm sure whatever you're looking for on each phone, you can get on the other, except maybe you're looking for a specific design or a color.
You know something?
Mm-hmm.
Make your choice for your producer for me, so that I will take it up.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. So, we've got another caller. Hello? Hello? Looks like we lost that one. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. So let's talk about data privacy.
Yes. I think that this is a fine program. And I called to do this inquiry.
Yes, sir.
I heard about this iPhone privacy, security, and all that. So I got myself an iPhone.
Right.
Okay. But, well, using it looks like a different experience. Yes, that's true. But I don't understand what they mean by VPN, where your location is being changed and all that, and that your data is not monitored and so on and so forth. And it seems like I bought the phone and I'm not getting it.
Right.
Yes. So if you can throw more light on that, I'll be grateful.
We will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling, sir. So, yeah. Ajimai, first of all, says his phone has stopped responding. Most of the time, you run out of storage.
Yeah, or your cache is too full, or
the app requires an upgrade.
Yeah.
Some apps will just stop working because they want you to move to the next upgrade, which probably less buggy.
Yeah, the next OS update.
Or the OS update.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Try updating or check your storage and see if you've not run out
which
of
is
storage.
Or remove the app
and reinstall it again. Yeah. Worst case scenario, you just probably have to wipe the whole phone. That's worst case. Do all the other things first. So, hi Spiky. I'm enjoying the program, learning a lot from Israel. Big ups to him, Kwame Lenzi from Accra. When I saw learning a lot from Israel, I thought he was actually in Israel.
Yeah.
Learning a lot so yeah, I mean we're all learning a lot from him. So, hi Geeks, what happens if you uninstall some of these apps? Because of the permission, you lose your services and you're fine.
You finish giving them permission.
No, like it's kind of like it's supposed to be a revoke.
They're taking your data.
Data they may have.
Yeah.
Right. So what happens to the data that they've
already
have
taken
after you uninstall the app?
So so now you're having the right to write to these people and ask for clarity of information and possibly to the extent of getting them to remove that information. But of course they also have
like stress. Like every single app I
remove, I have to write to them,
or every service that I choose not to use anymore. Now I have to go and reach out to these people and say, hey, the data you have on me.
Let me just create a bit of joke out of it. You are even lucky.
We've got a call on the line. Let me just take that real quick. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Please, we are saying that we want to have the clarification on the iPhone and Android phone. You were saying there's a little difference between the two phones. In terms of...
in terms of security.
Security aspect and stuff.
Right. Okay, we'll clarify that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, so he wants clarification. Well, first let's deal with the VPN. The iPhone. You were cracking a joke.
Yes, so I'm saying that. Well, remember I said that kind of service is data trade-off. Data is currency at that point.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you're going to deal with Agbamami after paying her for the banku. You finished and then you're like, banku no pap. So
but see, that's actually a Ghanaian thing. You can't make that joke with me because in the US, if you don't like the food, they'll give you your money back. Or in fact, you don't have to pay for it.
But in this case, you're done eating.
But you know the interesting
thing.
So to the point where they'll make a mistake, they'll be like, if you don't pay for my mistake, it will be taken out of my salary.
You know the interesting thing is that when you watch I always forget the title of that documentary, but it talks about how the first guy who actually went ahead to ask for his data back, it took him years. About 2 years. The process. It was tedious, but it was only because the whole Cambridge Analytica thing blew up that is why he even got his data at the end of the day. But prior to that, nobody was giving him the time of day.
So there are a number of court rulings now that is making like access a bit easier. Some rulings in the US, there are some rulings in Spain, France, so you can rely on that as a precedent and then ask for information.
But the interesting thing, the funny thing about all of this is that, let's take Facebook, best example. Facebook, you sign out you leave Facebook and everything, and when you sign back in, they're like, oh, welcome back. So it's like what you talked about. You are hoarding data
never left
for a rainy day, and that shouldn't be the case. If I say I'm out, I'm out.
Well, we still need to answer the iPhone VPN. He needs to understand what the VPN is, how's it protecting his data and everything. We need to clarify that for him.
I feel like, Spiky, you should talk about the VPN.
Why are you making that I'm the moderator. I choose.
Okay, so VPNs are, first of all, VPN is just short for virtual private network. The key about VPN is, look at it this way, it's a tunnel which is created between your device and maybe another communication point. So basically, your communication stays within that tunnel, and they are ensuring you security, which is called encryption. So the communication that you are having is not seen openly by people who are also on the same network. If you're a bit technical, I'm sure you're not. You might have heard of people doing things like network sniffing. So when they're on the same network with you, they can actually pick up information that you are communicating between your device and other endpoints. So a VPN is supposed to protect you from that, and basically that's what it is. There are service providers that gives you these VPN services. So when you subscribe to them, you are able to communicate in these secured tunnel. So look at it as a tunnel that you communicate to.
Assuming that it is a secured tunnel.
Let me use my now famous analogy. The VPN is the Jolu road.
This Jolu road that you've been on.
And then the regular route of the internet is
the N1.
So imagine that the N1 has toll booths.
Right.
Where you go, and when they check, they see your car registration number, they take your details, everything, so they know it's you. When you go through Jolu,
nobody sees you.
They see you.
Are you sure? The policeman will remember you.
Which policeman on Jolu Road? That's assuming that there's a policeman.
So using this analogy, there's nobody there.
Let me modify his analogy for you. So the highway, the motorway is actually your normal internet route, and then he comes and says that, okay, I'm actually building a road over the motorway. It's private.
And sometimes faster.
If you pay me once, there are no toll booths there. There's no police there. Nobody's checking you out. But I give you the twist. Now, when the state needs the information or whatever happened on that road, they'll go to him and they're going to say, hey,
who has used the road? Tell us now. And
the guy in red shirt that used the road 2 days ago, give me the information. And it will look like some, a Kwashe scenario, like, when they slap you and say, bring your phone. you all of a sudden you come to reality. That's basically how the VPN service is. Yes,
and then the final one, the iPhone versus Android.
So, yes, the simple thing about
you have 40 seconds.
The simple thing about iPhone to Android is simply this. Android wants you to put trust into them and their encryption software. And it's open source, so they are responsible for the encryption for you. On Apple's side, the encryption is done on your phone, so each person's phone does encryption locally for them. So it depends on how you see it. It has its pros, it has its cons on both sides. Yeah.
So there you have it. And as usual, all too soon, we have run out of time.
Happy Privacy Day.
Yep. Today is Data Privacy Day, and it's on that premise that we brought you this show. We have established that privacy isn't a myth; it's a necessity. But it can, and a responsibility, right? Yeah. And the responsibility of everyone. You, the person having your data, you should be responsible for it. And then the regulators and the people who actually control the data. It's everyone's responsibility. So be responsible online and go to adult sites and everything. My name is Kobby Spiky Nkrumah. Thank you, Desmond Israel, for coming to join us. Thank you, Sunshine, and thank you, Winston. My producers, Selwyn and Abeku Sankofi. Catch you guys next week. Oh, and my honorary producer, Mr. Ken Ansa. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. Catch you guys next week.